Okay, thanks folks for hopping on this podcast today. Appreciate you joining us. We will be discussing 5 top questions that enterprises are asking about SASE. My name is Shane Billings. I'm a product marketing manager over at VMware, and I'm joined today by 2 experts, our panelists here, Lucian Kalugaru, who is a director of product management at Claro Enterprise Solutions, and also Michael Leonard, who's our senior manager of product marketing at VMware. Thanks for joining us today, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks, Shane.
Awesome. Well, hey, as mentioned, we're going to dive into the top 5 questions enterprises are asking about SASE. So I'll kick it off right here. Question number 1, I'm going to point over to Lucian here to begin. What is the difference between SD-WAN and SASE?
So Shane, VMware SD-WAN is a WAN edge service platform that combines the economics and flexibility of a self-healing software overlay with a deployment speed and high scale and automation of cloud delivered services. VMware SD-WAN delivers optimal, reliable, high performance and automated access to IaaS, SaaS security, mid-mile and analytics clouds to thousands of enterprise customers through a hyperscale delivery model. With VMware SD-WAN, enterprises of any size and industry across the globe can support their new application growth, achieve IT and network agility, simplify WAN operations, and deliver optimized access to cloud and SaaS applications. On the other hand, VMware SASE combines SD-WAN with cloud-delivered security, including cloud web security, zero trust network access, and firewalling, to provide branch, home, and remote users secure, optimized, and reliable access to modern applications. VMware SASE provides customers with the intrinsic security measures necessary to effectively operate in the digital world. So, Michael, what do you think are the key strengths of SASE?
Well, thanks, Lucian. The VMware SASE platform provides the enterprise IT teams with a number of strengths. So first of all, it's high performance, it has a single pass architecture, and this ensures that security is available and that the performance is good for access to applications from the branch office or on the road. And it works for users on company-owned devices, or they can bring their own devices. The next thing is it's field proven. We've got a lot of deployments. It's multi-tenanted, so you can have access for different types of administrators, different types of users. And with the global points of presence, it's close to the users wherever they might be. It's also self-healing. It has analytics, so it can understand what's going on with the users and the network, and it can ensure that you get high application performance. And it's a unified management platform. So there's one point of control that simplifies the operations. And this reduces complexities, by unifying the networking and the security and the edge services. And the last thing I point out is that the VMware SASE has a broad ecosystem of partners. So, enterprises can control when they take on the different services and their pace of migration to SASE.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Gotcha. Thanks for that info, gentlemen. So we've got an idea of what SD-WAN is, what SASE is, the difference between them. And as we're approaching now 2023, I'll point this one to Michael. Michael, why is SD-WAN and SASE so important for enterprises in this upcoming year?
Yeah, Shane, it is important because organizations are using more applications from the cloud, and they're accessing them over the open internet, not necessarily through the more secure private network. But what's happened, given this migration from the data center to the internet, their infrastructures have become fragmented, and in a lot of cases, they're outdated. And these legacy infrastructures weren't built for the cloud. They can't scale. So what happens is IT is in a situation where they have a complex and a rigid and a much higher cost network, if we're talking about the legacy network, and their network's vulnerable to security exploits over the internet. So what we found is that without SASE, if organizations are making this migration, they're going to have inefficient access to SaaS applications. if they're backhauling, especially if they're backhauling to the data center to access those legacy security controls. That's going to be slow, and it's going to be expensive to, scale up legacy devices in the data center versus getting their services from the cloud. What's going to happen is that their application performance quality is going to be poor. They need a way to protect the users from exploits, over the internet, but they need to ensure that they have high performance at the same time. And this needs to work whether the users are in the office or if they're home users. What we found is that workers accessing the corporate network or cloud services while working remotely, there's a larger, what we call an attack surface. They might have personal devices, they might not have adequate security, and they can be exploited, and these attackers can get through to corporate resources. So that's something that we really want to prevent by using SASE. And they've got operational complexities. So the challenge with working with separate networking and security stacks can be painful. And as you have more remote workers, more applications in the cloud, these problems are only going to grow. So we found that SASE is really a way for organizations to consume networking and security as a service and to get secure and optimized access to the applications.
Makes sense. Okay. So then to piggyback on that a little bit, I'll pass this one to Lucian. So we're talking about SASE, the security piece being a big portion of that. Lucian, can you talk a little bit about how SASE actually does make traffic secure, specifically by the design of SASE?
That's a very important point, Shane. So VMware SASE is a cloud-delivered SASE platform that brings together industry-leading solutions, including SD-WAN, Secure Access and Workspace ONE for Zero Trust Network Access, Cloud Web Security for web and internet access, Edge Compute and Edge Network Intelligence with AOps for intelligent operations, all through a single platform and delivered in a SaaS model. So Michael, could you tell us what can enterprise IT, how they can benefit with VMware, deploying VMware SASE?
Sure, Lucian, if they put these services into operation, the ones that you just mentioned, then they can optimize access to the applications and the services, whether they're in the cloud or the data center. They can protect their users and their networks and their applications against security threats. And they can deliver a better digital experience, to their customers, their stakeholders, their supply chain, employees, and wherever they happen to be. And I think it's important that they can really maximize their IT and operational efficiency by using the automation and the innovation that's in the SASE platform. And this really helps them to accelerate their enterprise migration to the cloud and build out a multi-cloud architecture.
Okay. So Michael, let me ask you this one then. What if a company has strict compliance regulations? Does implementing this SASE and combined SD-WAN framework have any issues? Anything we should touch on there?
It does. And this could actually be quite a long discussion in itself, but I'll just hit on the highlights. Okay, so if you have to comply, let's say with payment card industry or health requirements, it's important to know that SD-WAN and SASE doesn't store any customer data or any patient health information. And all the data in transmission is encrypted, and access to the devices, to the network, is all authenticated. And as Lucian mentioned, it's authenticated according to zero trust, meaning that you only get access to resources based on your permissions according to network, corporate policy. As I mentioned, the edge devices authenticate the user. So you can't even get onto the network unless you have a policy that allows for that. And it's important, that this whole structure really ensures uptime and resiliency. We got redundant systems, we got highly scalable systems. And I'd say it's important that we're certified, with government certifications like FIPS 140, we're certified with SOC, with ISO, PCI for payment cards. So we've met all of the requirements. We follow all of the guidelines in the way that we build the equipment and the way we allow users to configure the equipment and the access to the network. So what I think is that business will really see that they need to have secure processes and operations. They need to follow the standards, but we make it very easy for them to do it with our policy-based networking setup. So
I see. So it sounds to me like as times are changing, both how folks access their applications at work and where they are working, SASE may become essential for most enterprises out there. So we're on to question 5 now. I'm wondering, Lucian, can you wrap us up and talk a bit about why SASE is becoming essential for enterprises?
Sure, a couple of things. First, enterprise agility. VMware's cloud-first solution enables workers and applications anywhere and provides organizations operational flexibility to adapt to change. With over 150 points of presence, applications are delivered to users reliably, quickly, and securely. Second, enhanced digital experience. The availability and performance of mission-critical applications are ensured even over degraded network conditions with dynamic multi-path optimizations, DMPO. With all the security functions within a single point of presence, latency is reduced to improve user experience. Third, reduced security risks. VMware SASE incorporates zero trust principles into a comprehensive security suite to provide secure access control to your applications. It reduces breach and compliance risks when users access SaaS services and the internet. And last but not least, improved TCO. VMware SASE customers achieved a 50% reduction in time to manage network and security operations. A single management plane for both security and networking together provides simplicity, and AOps is used to automatically diagnose and self-heal network issues.
No, I think that was a pretty good wrap up.
Thank
Agreed.
you, Michael.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, we are going to call it here. Keep it short and sweet. Thank you for everyone that took the time to listen into this podcast here. Please feel free to reach out directly to any of us if you have any additional questions, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you,
Right.
everybody. Have a great day.